Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. Let me get the mic closer to my face. As always, I am your boy Big Al Better. Welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, we go through NBA bets here. We've got the playoffs on deck. We've got a couple picks to talk about that we already made. Just kind of a little bit of a recap. If you guys are new to the channel, I usually spend the first about 5 minutes recapping. We're not going to need that much time for this video just because we had a busy weekend, so we didn't do as many videos as we normally do. I just did one short on Saturday morning, so not as much to go over. As far as the rest of the video, that will be our picks for tomorrow's games. I'm recording this Sunday night, so you guys are probably all seeing this Monday. So it's tonight's game, Monday night's games. We got the Knicks taking on the Celtics, of course, and then the Nuggets are taking on the Thunder. It should be two awesome games, game ones of the series. So anyway, I'm going to spend the first couple minutes here just recapping how we did on our last ones, and then we will hop into the future and how we see these games breaking down. I'll give you guys my leans on the over-unders and the spreads. We'll do 2 4-pick parlays, one for each game. I'll give you guys a 2-pick parlay, 1 pick from each game, prop bet-wise. And then we might jump into some futures and just kind of see what the series are looking like as far as bets that we can find for these 2 series. But anyway, our last video was the short, like I said, that I referenced that we put out on Saturday morning. We had Nuggets-Clippers playing. That was Game 7. Obviously, if you guys watched that, you know that I was on the Nuggets. Plus, I think were they plus 1.5? They were plus or minus 1.5. It didn't even matter. They won the game, and we were on the over, and the game did go over. So that was great. As far as prop bets on the game, I gave out Kawhi 35 plus. I gave out Jamal Murray 20 points, and then I believe it was might have been Aaron Gordon. I can't remember the third pick I gave out, but I gave out three picks I really liked. It might have been actually Norm Powell to go over his line for PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. But regardless, I believe Kawhi hit. Jamal got to 20. He had 20 in the whole series, basically. I think one game he didn't have 20. So he killed it for us that whole series. And then Norm Powell, I believe, had a good game. I never went back and checked it. Like I said, I had a busy weekend. But no, the 2 big picks were the over under spread. Both of those hits. That was a nice dub for the boys. And now we've got Nuggets taking on Thunder, which is going to be an awesome series. And then we're going to have the Knicks taking on the Celtics. So we're going to go ahead and switch the screen here. That was a really quick recap because, like I said, we just didn't give out a lot of picks over the weekend. So we'll go ahead and switch to the bet scene here. I was inside there just kicking around some prop bets. Got the shades on, kind of hit my face a little bit. So we're going to have the shades on for the next till we heal, basically. So get used to that. Ray-Bans, aviators, you know the game. But yeah, so anyway, so for these first 2 games, we've got the Knicks and the Celtics. That'll be the first one we talk about here. If you guys probably didn't go through all the games. If you did, I mean, awesome. But in my research, went through all the games. They played 4 games in the regular season, and the Celtics absolutely dog-walked the Knicks the entire time. They won every single game, and they won it by a pretty good margin. There was only one game that was a single-digit win, and that was the final game of the year, and it was an overtime game, and it was a 2-point game. But all the other 3 games, the Celtics won it by 20 plus, basically. So they definitely dog-walked them. The spread is 9 points, which is, probably it's a huge number, but it makes sense when you do look at how the regular season went. Only one of the games was even close, and the others were not close at all. So, and then the over-under set at 213. Now, I will say, as far as an over-under is concerned, if I remember correctly from when I was doing the research, I'm going to pull it up here on the old cellular device, but I'm pretty sure only one of these games, the only game that was under this number was the first game. I think it was 102. Maybe it was 120.97, something like that. But I think all the rest went over. But let me just double check because I don't want to give you guys false numbers here, right? We'll try to be modicum professional here. So we'll pull up the regular season series. The old phone's loading. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Regular season series. Yeah, we had a 109, 132. That's over. 131, 104. That's over. 105, 118. That's over. And 119, 117. So every game went over. So for that reason, we're going to be on the over here. Let's write this down in the paper so we don't, make things up. So we're going to be on the over 213. And then I like the +9 with the Knicks. Now, like I said, the Celtics killed them in the regular season. Like I said, there was only, one game? Yeah, the 119-117 final OT. That was April 8th. That's the only game that was particularly close. But I just feel like 9 points in a playoff game, it's hard to not take that. and with a competitive team. And I think the Knicks, obviously, they know going into this they have to steal one on the road. And so if you go into it knowing you got to steal one, why not steal the first one? You know what I mean? And will that happen? I don't know. But I think the Knicks are going to be able to keep this a little bit closer than the book is apparently thinking. I think the book thinks the Celtics are just going to come out and dog walk them like they did the whole series. But I think the Knicks could show up, get a little fight. Maybe we get a little couple last-minute buckets that really keep this game tight. So I do like that, and it's just, like I said, it's a lot of points for me. If you're on the Celtics, obviously the reigning champs, defending champs, no shame on that. For me, 9 points is a lot of points in a playoff game. And by far one of the bigger spreads we've seen. I think the Thunder last series against the Grizz, I think there was a 15-point spread in one of those games. But 9 with a Knicks team that's played pretty good ball on the season. I'm going to take that all day. So we're on the +9 and we're on the over 213. As far as a 4-pick parlay goes, this one was actually kind of a fun one to throw together. Went through all the 4 games, saw kind of how the main stars played, right? So we're going to take Brunson under 27.5 points. That's his line, 27.5. On the season, right? On the season series, 22 points, 36 points, 22 points, and 27 points. So he only went over this number one time. The others were below that, so I like him to just stay below it. He can have a ton of assists, get some boards, whatever, but I just like him to stay under this 27.5 number. It feels great. We're going to take Josh Hart for 25 plus PRA. He did that in all but one of these games. He had one, the first game they played against these guys, he only went for 19. All the others were over the 25 plus PRA, and he just had a great series in the last series they played. So I feel good about that. Then we're going to take Jason Tatum over 27.5 points. He did that in every game, I think, against these guys, right? 37, 40, 25, and then a 34. So all but one of the games, he went way over this number. And even the game where he was just short, he was short by 2 points. So if he hits a 3, I guess 3 points. But if he would have hit a 3 in that game, that would have cashed as well. And then our final one is Derek White over 24.5 PRA. He absolutely killed it in the last series they played. But even on the season against these guys, 24, 3, and 4, that's a 31. He had one game that was under, but then he had a 28 plus 7, that's a 35. And then he had a 14, 8, and 9 game, so that was 22, 31 again. So he's gone over 30 a bunch of times against these guys, and so I like him over his line. But this was his line that was just set, 24.5, so I love that. So that's Brunson, under 27.5 points, which is his line. Then we've got Josh Hart, 25 plus PRA. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points, and Derek White over 24.5 PRA. And this thing pays out plus 1,000, which I thought was actually pretty darn good value for what those lines are. The one that really gets us over the line, I think, no, they're all pretty much straight money bets. But yeah, plus 1,000 for those 4 legs. I feel really, really good about it. So hoping that one definitely cashes for us. Moving on to the second game of the night. Obviously, as you guys can see on the screen, we got the Nuggets taking on the Thunder. 9.5 point spread. If you guys kind of saw my soliloquy and how I broke down the last game, 9 points is a lot in a playoff game. I think if any team is built to beat the Thunder, for me, I think it's the Nuggets. With the way Jokic plays, his style, and then you've got Murray who can just pop off for points. Murray had a great series against the Clippers, and the Clippers, very tough team. Obviously, the Thunder, no joke, most wins, in the league. But I like the Nuggets here, plus 9.5. It feels like a ton of points with a team that can easily go in here and win this. Once again, they're on the road. Because it's game 1 and 2, they're going to be on the road. But you got to go and you got to steal one, right? So are you going to go steal the first one? Are you going to steal the 7th one? Like, how do you want to do it? I think you want to go in and steal the first one. If easier said than done, obviously, right? But yeah, I'm thinking 9.5 is a lot of points, especially if the Nuggets come out here, make this thing close, muck it up a little bit, and end up getting to a close game against these guys. Oh, excuse me. As far as an over-under is concerned, 225 is the line. Every single game in their series they played went over this number. They played 4 games in the regular season as well. They split them 2-2. So Celtics dog walked the Knicks. They won all of them. But with the Nuggets Thunder rather, they split 2 wins, 2 wins. Aaron Gordon only played in one of the games. He did not play in the other 3. He played in the first game, which the Thunder did win. He missed the other 3 games. Jamal Murray missed the second game. Jokic played in all 4. But yeah, so and I like the Nuggets here. I feel like this is gonna be a close game. It should be a fun game to watch. But 9.5 just feels like too many points. I don't know why. I get the Thunder. They won. Their average winning margin was 12.5 points on the whole season. So I get why the number is big like this, but that feels like too much to give to a Jokic Murray team that's kind of clicking right now, So yeah, I like the plus 9.5. And then once again, Yeah, these yawns, huh? Once again, I'm going to be on the over simply because every single game they played in the regular season did go over this number. So it feels like the trend is there to go. 230 was kind of the number, the sweet spot. So now you could have defense play a bigger factor because it is the playoffs. But I don't know. To me, I feel like you had Shea, who led the league in scoring. I feel like we're gonna get some points in this game, so I feel really, really good about it. As far as the 4-pick parlay for this game, we went a little bit of a different route, but it's kind of sticking with what you know, the devil you know, right? So in the last series, we had Jalen Williams a lot. That's J-A-L, not the J-A-Y, right? We had him for 5 boards. We're going to do that again, 5 boards. In the games against these guys, in the regular season, he had 3 boards, 10 boards, 9 boards, and 2 boards. So he's kind of all over the place. But in the playoffs so far, in the last series when they played Memphis, he was very consistent, 5 boards a game, and then he was scoring dumb points. So we're going to take him for 5 boards. Then we're going to take Shea for 25 plus points. Every game against these dudes, he did it. 28, 28, 40, and 25, right on the money. So love Shea here for 25 plus points. Then we're going to take Aaron Gordon, 25 plus PRA. Like I said, only played these guys one time. He got to 23 PRA, 12, 9, and 2 was his line, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. But I just feel like he's played great so far in this playoff run, especially in that last series against the Clippers. Aaron Gordon showed up big. I think he's going to continue to show up big. He's been hitting a lot more 3-pointers than I think we're used to seeing from Aaron Gordon, so I love that. But yeah, 25 plus PRA from Aaron Gordon. And then our last line is going to be Jamal Murray over his line of 19.5 points. Just take his over on points. In the last series, he was good for 20 every game, like I said, except for one. So I think he's going to be able to pull that off again. He's playing really, really good basketball right now. We'll see if the Thunder can slow him down a bit, but 19.5 feels too low. I think we're going to see him mid 20 points every game in this series. So once again, just for this 4-pick parlay, this one pays a little bit less. It's plus 550, not the plus 1,000 like the first one. But we got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for 25 plus points, Jalen Williams 5 plus rebounds, Aaron Gordon 25 plus PRA, and Jamal Murray over 19.5 points. And that is, like I said, that's his line. If that line moves to 18.5, and he take it, just whatever his over on points, that's what we're on, and that's the fourth line on that, plus 550 over on DraftKings, which is the book that we use over here. And then for our final pick, guys, we're just going to jump into, I give you guys one prop pick from each game. So for this, I like, we had Tatum over his points. We're going to switch that to Tatum 30 plus points. I'm just going to build it real quick for you. I'm going to switch the scene here. Boom. Go ahead and adjust real quick. We'll go ahead and snag a singular bet. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bap. Player points. Just a nice little scroll wheel, right? 28's his line. We're just going to go to 30. Right? No big deal. And then that's the first line. Jason Tatum, 30 plus points. And then we're going to go to this game. OKC, Denver. Roll on over to player combos. Scroll it on down. We're going to go to PRA. We're going Aaron Gordon, 25 plus. Bada bing, bada boom. That is a plus 368 over on DraftKings right now. Don't know what it'll be at when you guys finally get to it. But those are the 2 picks I like. Plus 360 for 2 easy little picks. For reference, like I said, Aaron Gordon only played these guys one time, and he got to 23, I think, and he's been playing great ball lately. And then as far as Jason Tatum, I'm sure you guys are wondering how he did against these guys on the regular season. On the regular season, 37, 40, 123 game, which is, concerning, and then a 32. So he went over this 3 of the 4 times they played these guys. He only missed it 1 time, and it's plus 140 added in the parlay. So just feels like kind of a big dub to me. So that's the 2-pick parlay that I do like for this game. Jason Tatum 30 plus points, and Aaron Gordon 25 plus points, rebounds, and assists. And Aaron Gordon's a beast on the board, so he could potentially have a 12 rebound game and only need basically 10 points and a couple assists to get us to this number. So I do feel really good about that. And when Tatum starts scoring, man, it's something special. He doesn't really slow down much, you know what I mean? So anyway, let me switch the screen back to the bet scene here, and then that's what I have it called on my computer. And then we're going to go back to the NBA, and I just want to I haven't looked at this at all myself yet, so that we're doing this live together, right? We're just going to go into the series markets and just kind of see what this looks like. Series winner, right? Timberwolves, Warriors. Warriors are plus 155 to win that series. I actually kind of like that. As you guys know, I am a Warriors fan. We didn't really talk about how the Warriors game went or how the Lakers Timberwolves game went or any of that stuff, but that's fine. We don't have to recap everything, right? But that Warriors game was pretty fun tonight, right? Steph had a quiet game, but then he came alive at the end just when you thought he would. You knew you weren't keeping him down the whole game. it was just one of those things. Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield goes off for 33 points. Just I love watching the Warriors play basketball, but I don't mind the plus 155 there for them to win the series. Is it going to be tough? Absolutely. Does the size kind of gave them troubles with Steven Adams and Sengun in this in the Rockets Warriors series. So it'll be interesting to see how the Gobert height difference kind of matches up, how Draymond can guard him and stuff like that, because that gave even the Lakers trouble, and they got Luka and LeBron, who are both 6'8", 6'10", big fellas, and they couldn't figure it out. So that's going to be a very interesting series to watch, and it's going to be really fun. But I wouldn't mind taking a peek at the Warriors there, plus 155. As far as the next one, Cavs Pacers, you can get Pacers plus 175 right now, even though they are up 1-0. That's kind of wild, right? They already stole the one they needed to on the road. Now you just show up, play tough, and win your home games. Now you've flipped the script on the Cavs. Now they need to go on the road. They need to go win a game in your house. That's kind of good. So if you can get plus 175 for the Pacers, I don't hate it. I'm not saying to go throw your money on it. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying up 1-0 and you can still get them plus 175. That's enticing. Knicks plus 550. I don't love it, especially when I see that the Celtics swept them in the regular season. But I'm also not going to lay a minus 800 bet. And then Nuggets Thunder, you can get Nuggets plus, holy, these yawns, man, plus 500. Are you kidding me? That feels like you just do that to hedge over anything else, Like, there's a real chance they win that series. They split the regular season with them. Aaron Gordon didn't play 3 of the games. Jamal Murray missed a game. And Chet, Shea, Jalen, they all played every single game. Lou Dort, I think, played every single game. And I get it. They're the 1 seed for a reason, I'm not trying to throw shade on the Thunder. I think they're a fun team to watch. Shea is incredible. He's electric, right? But plus 500 to win the series, I think you got to lay a little cheddar on that, right? That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't lay the cheddar on the Knicks. I do want to see the Knicks beat the Celtics just because, like, I like the Celtics. I like Tatum. I like Brown. I like the boys. But, you always kind of want to see the king fall. And if the Knicks could do it, that'd be cool. And then if you guys were hanging out for the before the playoffs started, we did a video, and I told you guys there were 6 picks I liked, 6 teams that I liked to go all the way, win the whole thing. We made those bets. The worst pick we got was the Cavs, plus 675 is the line we got them at. So as long as one of those 6 win, we will be profitable, which was kind of the philosophy on that. But we had the Cavs. We faded the Celtics and the Thunder. They were the 2 favorites. We faded both of them. We're like, there's not good odds there. So the worst pick we had, like the lowest paying, was the Cavs. They're still alive. We have the Pacers. They were plus 2,000. We have the Knicks, who are, I think, also plus 2,000. We had the Lakers, who are now gone. We had the Rockets, who are now gone. And then we have the Nuggets, who are still alive. So, which sucks because I was going to take the Warriors instead of the Rockets, but I did not know they would be playing each other. Because we made it before the play-in tournament happened, so I didn't know how that was going to break down. And so I was like, if the Warriors lose to the Grizz in the play-in tournament, they're going to have to play the Thunder. I didn't think they were going to be able to make it out of the first round against a Thunder team in the first round. I think if they make it through this round and they have to play the Thunder, I like their odds because there's been a little bit more attrition. But right off the gate, I just didn't think they had a chance. So we faded the Warriors, we took the Rockets, and then the Rockets played the Warriors, and obviously we saw how that went. So unfortunately, that is what it is. But we still got the Nuggets in the West, and then we've got the Cavs, the Pacers, and the Knicks all in the East. So as long as Boston doesn't make it out of the East, we're good. One of our Eastern teams will make it to the finals, which is great. And then we got a 1 in 4 chance in the West, so not as fun. But yeah, so that's kind of how that breaks down. I don't mind the Warriors plus 155. I don't mind the Nuggets plus 500. That feels like a bargain. The Pacers plus 175. That feels pretty good too when they're up 1-0. Like, that's pretty cool, right? Series spread, I don't really care about that. Total games, over 5.5, under 5.5. Yeah, I'd leave the over. Yawning, I'm so sorry, guys. Over 5.5 on the it's minus 250, but I'd like the over there. Celtics, Knicks, they got this thing. They think it's gonna be a quick sweep. I wouldn't mind, like, if you had a little extra cash in the old bag, a little plus 125 for this thing to go 6 games. Doesn't have to go 7, but 6 games, a little 4-2. I don't mind that. And then Thunder, Nuggets, we don't have anything for the Warriors yet. But over 5.5, under. Man, they think this is gonna be an under. I think this one goes the distance as well. Like, I don't mind the over 5.5 at all. I think we get 6 games, maybe 7 out of this one. I expect the Nuggets to show up and play really good against the Thunder. Apparently, the book does not. But, Vegas makes money for a reason. They don't tend to set bad lines, but who knows? That one's interesting to me. Over, under, 5.5. I'd like the over there. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's a 20-minute video. Not that I was going for that, but I just happened to look over and we're at 20 minutes. That is pretty much all I got for you guys. As always, appreciate everybody that does tune in. It's pretty awesome. We're at 121 subscribers. We're growing. We're up, I think, almost 30 subscribers just on this last month, basically since the playoffs started, which is awesome. And yeah, we're just gonna keep it going. We got NFL videos that will be coming once football season starts. But for now, it's just NBA, some NHL. It's been a little inconsistent, but that's somebody else's wheelhouse, if you will. So anyway, thank you guys as always for tuning in. If you guys would care to like and subscribe, that it always is appreciated. And then if you guys want to say what's up, just go ahead and type in the chat. We'll always reply. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will catch you all tomorrow. Let's enjoy these games. They've been awesome. Cannot wait for this Nuggets Thunder series. I think it's gonna be great. Knicks, Celtics. Hopefully the Knicks can make it interesting. But based on what I saw from the regular season series, the Celtics are gonna sweep these guys, or maybe not sweep, but it's gonna be pretty one-sided. But hopefully the Knicks can keep it close and get us a dub. So anyway, thanks again, guys, and we will talk to you tomorrow.